The Marge-ian Chronicles is the 16th episode of the 27th season of The Simpsons, directed by Clements, and this one is one of the highest rated from season 27, and it's one of my least favourites. Usually I'm generally in agreement with IMDb scores, but this one, I have to say, it didn't speak to me. However, it might not completely be the episode's fault. This focuses on Lisa joining a programme to colonise Mars in 10 years' time. And with some reverse psychology, Homer tries to dissuade her from doing this, but it kind of backfires and she wants to go for it. And Marge is not happy about it. So Marge has a plan to try and stop Lisa from doing this, but her plan doesn't necessarily go to plan either. But I won't say any more than that. I have to say, credit where it's due, it's well developed. I was hoping we had a decent subplot. There is a narrative involving some eggs, which was alright, I guess. But generally, it's all about this mission, and I'm not the biggest fan of anything that's to do with, well, I was going to say sci-fi. I guess it's not really sci-fi because they haven't quite got to the colonization aspect yet, so it's just science. And most of the time when there are Simpsons episodes that focus on space exploration, while I can appreciate the quality of the episode, for me, they just don't appeal. And this is what we have here. I think Marge was very interesting, and I think the narrative was very well developed, and it was very well animated as well. But personally, it didn't speak to me. I just didn't take to it. I genuinely just didn't enjoy it. And because we don't have a decent subplot, there wasn't really anything for me to fall back on either. So I didn't like it. But it's not the episode's fault. It is entirely down to personal preference with this one. That being said, even though there's nothing wrong with it, I wouldn't skip it. It would take a lot, mainly because I'm too lazy to go and press the next button. It would take a lot for me to skip a Simpsons episode. But it would definitely be one of the episodes I'd put on as background fluff that I don't really need to pay attention to because there wasn't really anything in it that appealed to me. Even the beginning, before we got to the space aspect, because obviously with The Simpsons we have a bit of time setting things up and maybe introducing a subplot. Even the beginning it didn't appeal to me. So for me, the Marge-ian Chronicles, well, it isn't. It isn't for me. But I have to say there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing that stood out to me as being badly written or badly animated or badly paced. It just isn't to my liking.